asking ourselves questions.
Hi, how are you doing, my brave people? Here I bring with you my friend, Smaya by name.
My name is Maya. Hi, everyone, and this is my very good friend. I call her my day one. Yeah, she love Mary.
Oh,
Yeah,
that the one is really reminding me of so many things. Wow, it's
yeah.
really been a very long time.
Oh, it's been long. Yeah, I remember day one. That was in 2019 on July 3rd. I can never forget
Wow,
that.
you
Yeah.
still kept that
Yeah,
date.
because I came into Qatar on the 2nd of July
Okay.
and I met you on the 3rd, the first day that I went to work. So this was my first African friend, guys. I met her at work and I'm like, whoa, do we have Africans in the Gulf? I was so surprised. I was so happy. And she had a vibe. She was so energetic, charismatic, positive. No, I love this girl. Yeah, the energy, the Nigerian energy doesn't. Yeah, by the way, guys, I'm East African. I'm from Uganda. And of course, this is my sister.
The first day she came, that was actually my third day at that workplace. So when she came, though I've been in Qatar too. So before she came to join me at that place of work. So when she came, I was like, oh, thank God, I have a fellow black lady here. No, I didn't even see her like an African, but I just see her like my fellow Nigerian girl. Man, we love ourselves. I went straight to Pidgin English. I was like, oh, in this place? At last I found someone that I'll be gossiping with. So I started speaking in Pidgin English with her, like, Afana, that stuff. I wanted to hear it from her, but anytime I speak Pidgin English, she will go with English. I said, why this girl dey phone my hand now? Why should they phone my jet here and that? I said, which one day? I entered her like, which one day? Why you call the phone her jet for me?
Guys,
I
you
said,
would.
then
Yeah.
at a point I was like, let me even ask. I said, "Ne, babe, where are you even from?" She said, Uganda. I said, no wonder.
Guys, you should have seen the embarrassment. Like, I mean, the surprise on her face, she was like, because every time she spoke pidgin, I didn't know what to reply. I would understand because literally, I mean, I think pidgin is, yeah, you can understand. But I couldn't reply. I mean, my girl, how far? A day. It is, yeah, but I mean, later on, we still vibed because, of course, I mean, she has all the energy that a person needs in a friend, and she's so positive, and everything with her is unfiltered. She will tell you things the way they are, and I love that so much about her because this is how, well, life should be. So, yeah, so we worked together for how many years?
I think 2 years in that. Is it okay? You stayed for 1 year, yes?
I stayed for 1 year and 8 months. So
Whoa, yeah, you stayed. So I stayed more than 2 years.
I think almost 2.5.
Yes, I think I stayed there for 2.5. Then I got a job. So meanwhile, she stayed for a year and a half. So she got a job in a better place and just zip off and left. So,
Yeah, and by the way, guys, for your information, we are working with a special needs center. So here we work with kids who are disadvantaged or kids with special needs. So that time we are working in a center for special needs, and that is how we met. And I moved on. Yeah.
and we were so best of the kind. I was so happy to have her around because at least even when she is from Uganda, but I see her like my sister. I see her as an African, like a Nigerian girl. Ever since then, she has been like my friend. Just imagine since 2019, and we are still counting. How many years have we spent so far?
Whoa. Is it like 5 years or something? Actually, more
So
than
this
five.
is
Because
six.
this is 2025.
This is
Exactly.
six.
This is six. Sorry
6
about my
years.
math. It's not
So
math.
we've been like a good friends for 6 years, and we are still
Yeah.
vibing and we are still counting.
And you know what, guys? Currently, I work in Bahrain, but I still look for her. I still look
This
for
place you just call her name is like how many minutes drive?
From Bahrain to Qatar. It's usually about 4.5 hours, depending on how fast you drive. If you drive more than 120, which is not advisable by the guys.
Nice one.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So
how
it's
is-
not far.
how is
You
life?
should come, babe. You should come and visit
Of
me.
course, why won't
Yeah.
I come? Look at this girl. If you are there, do you think I wouldn't have come? Of course, I will find you there because I also want to experience in a different environment and be with you.
Yeah, inshallah, as the Arabs say.
Of course, inshallah, definitely. No, I really want to come there, like stay there maybe over the weekend, vibe together, go around. You know how we used to do it from the beginning. You know, it'd be so lovely, like coming there to visit you. At least it will be my first time, and I'll be so happy that, of course, I'm coming there to see my own.
Yeah,
My
and
own
even if-
sister.
I know, and even if it's Gulf as well, there is of course some differences everywhere. So yeah, you will see some new things there. I mean, Qatar, of course, definitely Qatar is more developed. However, with Bahrain, I usually say that locals are so humble. I don't say that Qataris are not humble, that they are, but I mean, the other ones are really, really humble. They love mingling with other people, which I really love about them. I mean, even here, yeah, Qataris are also good. But yeah, so that's one thing I love about Bahrain. And the other thing is, I mean, it reminds me so much of Africa because it still has a little part of green. You know, I thought the whole Gulf is a desert, but it still has a little bit of green. You know,
Than
stuff
here
like
in
that.
Qatar. Oh.
Yes, I would say yes. Maybe the area that I live in, but I think so. Yeah.
So I want to ask you, working here in Qatar and Bahrain, so which one do you think is more, like, which one do you prefer the more?
Okay, so I'll give you the pros and cons of everything.
Okay.
So let me start with Qatar because I spent more time here, so I think I know Qatar. Or my heart is more here. Yeah. So for Qatar, of course, the opportunities are more. Yeah, the opportunities are more. That's number one. And number two, I think for me, it's easier to grow professionally here because, of course, of the opportunities. So I feel like there's more, you know, schools are more, hospitals are more. I mean, wherever you want to work, name it. And the other thing about it is, I think that is mostly the opportunities are more here. And, of course, the salary is more here. That's what I think. So the cons about working here are, one, the cost of living is high. Okay, higher in comparison to Bahrain. The cost of living is higher. And what else? Maybe that is majorly the most cost. And yeah. So for Bahrain, of course, the opposite is true. So the opportunities are a little bit less.
But I heard
than
that
here.
their currency are higher than that of Qatar.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so the opportunities are less. And then number two is the cons about it is the opposite of what I said about Qatar, you know. Yeah, the currency, yes. The currency is higher. I think one Bahraini dinar is equivalent to maybe 9 point something, maybe 988, approximately. I usually say 10. 10 Qatari.
That's a lot, you know.
Yeah, so if I have 10 Bahrain dinar, then I have 100 Qatari. Yeah. That is it. If I have 100 Bahrain dinar, I have 1,000 Qatari. Yeah, so
that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a really
approximately.
lot.
I mean, there is of course some. Yeah, so that is it. Yep.
Okay, we keep exploring. Maybe one of these days, who know, inshallah, I could come looking for a job there. So it's really a good thing that now you have experienced life here in Qatar and you have also experienced life in Bahrain. It's a really good one. I wish to have do same, like experiencing life here and there, because it's really help one to understand, at least to be informed about the most especially Gulf as a whole. Yeah. So what
by
is?
the way, sorry to cut you.
It's okay.
Yeah, by the way, speaking about the Gulf, would you consider going back to Niger anytime from now? I mean, maybe to work there now that you've gained experience working in the Gulf, now that you've earned some money, I think so.
Going back to Nigeria, my country, to go start working.
Yeah. Maybe get employed again or start up your own thing. Like, is that something that you have in mind, maybe long term or no? Or you're just even going to go further, go to other countries or something like that?
Going back to my country is something that in one day, inshallah, definitely I will go back to my country, because this place is not my country.
Okay.
In all, I still love my country. That's just the honest truth.
Yeah.
I love my country. But if you are asking me to go back there and start working, I can go work for someone there. Yes. So my going there will be when I have already equipped myself. Like when I say the word equipped, when I have the money to go there and start up something for myself, not to go and start working for someone. A lot of people will not work for me. So that is it. I believe in some days, of course, I will still love to go to my own country, stay there, establish, and No. Start life. That's my country. I'm not running away from it.
Of course.
Yeah, but I don't
Africa
want
for
to go.
life,
Yes, of
Africans
course,
for
Africa
life.
for life. I
Yeah.
love my country. That's just the honest truth. But
Yeah.
I'm not going there to go and start answering someone. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, I am going there to be a boss of my own. People will work under me because, of course,
Inshallah.
of course,
Yeah.
after working here for years, going back to my own country to start a business or to start working for under someone, no way. So that is it, my friend.
Okay, nice one. And if you asked me the same question, I mean, sorry that I threw that question to you because I've
No,
really
it's
not
okay.
thought about it.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, do I think about relocating back to Uganda one day? I mean, the answer is yes and no. And here's why. So, no, because I feel like the opportunities here are still better. And of course, me working here, of course, I get to support other lives there. I mean, even if they're not family, even if it's strangers or, people who can benefit from me, which is something that is so lovely. And I also get to learn so many things, from, for example, better technology, even just in my field,
Yeah, that's true.
to other knowledge, even if I wanted to start up something in Uganda, of course, I'm, getting more equipped. So I still feel like I'm still, having more room for growth to improve myself. So that is maybe the no part, because I want to give myself more time as I learn, get more money, resources and all that, even if I was to start up a venture that would help, Ugandans. And yes, only if I was to go down, of course, I'm copying from your answer, to start up my own thing.
Oh, yeah.
Own thing, of course, it can be something like non-government, whereby, other people can benefit from it. It can be a special school. I'm very, very, very into schools. I was talking to you I remember like a few hours before, that if someone asked me today, because I'm an occupational therapist, guys, but if someone asked me today whether I would want to go work with a clinic, hospital, remember we're having that conversation
Yeah,
earlier
you said
on.
it. That person
I
has
say
to drag
no,
you.
they have to drag me because I'm very comfortable with schools. I mean, we are in holidays right now, guys. That's why we are having so much time. And of course, that is the luxury you get from schools. There are too much holidays and all that. So I'm happy with schools. Even if I was to start something, it would be school related. Yeah, so that is the only way I would go back to Uganda.
So, okay, for instance, I just want to ask you a question based on this.
Yeah.
Try to relocate back to our own country.
Yeah.
For instance, now, you are marrying a man who is from your country. Then, okay, the man is not here, the man is there, and this man is well to do with. So now he's marrying you and asking you to relocate. Come back and stay with him. So, what's your intake on that? Will you still go back and stay with him, or you said no? Because now your marriage is not depending on if you go there, then you marry, and if you stay here, no to the marriage.
About that question, I'm happy that I've experienced it.
Okay.
Yeah, because some years back, I mean, I was in such a situation, whereby I had someone that, were planning life together and stuff like that, but the person was back home, for example, like in another country, and I was here. And when I really looked at the whole situation, I looked at it thoroughly well. I realized for me it couldn't work. Why? Because I'm not a person who is so much into long distance, especially if we can't commute to each other. Like if, the person can't put in the time to come see me, because sometimes it can be expensive. Sometimes people can want, but, are you able to bear the costs that it takes, for you to be able to do that? So it would be something maybe that I could do, but, I've experienced it and I know I can't, like it could be something that I could maybe think about, but, having experienced it, I know I have, I said no to that, so maybe I can't. However, if I was to advise maybe a young girl, out there, who is, or even anyone, even if the person is old, who, is experiencing such a thing, I'll tell them to first look at two things. One, what are their priorities? Like, what are their long-term goals? How are they doing, for example, if they're career people? Because sometimes people tell you that for them, they choose marriage over anything else. They're not career people, Are you a career person, or are you more of a marriage-oriented person? I don't mean that we don't want to get married, please don't get me wrong, but sometimes we all have priorities. A person can tell you, I want to first build my career
first, before going into a marriage.
And then another person can, will tell you that, for me, it's marriage first, and then I'll look at other things. So it all depends on what is a priority to you. So if the priority is marriage, then it could be something. However, I usually advise people to choose themselves first. That is what I will do for you. Choose yourself first.
Well, that's a good one. I think I love this in part. It's all about your priority. Which one are you picking first? So I think, yeah, because sometimes I discover most of us go into something because of what people might say, or because someone is out there, or maybe your parents, they're pushing you into that thing. But that not to reward you want for yourself at that point in time. So they will push you into it, and later on you see yourself coming out of it, because that's not what your goals, your priority, just like you stated.
Exactly.
So first, I think I'm taking what she said, setting out your goals, your priority. What for do you want in life? Are you into that married person? Of course, if you are, go in for it, because that's what you want first. But if you are into a career person, you want to build yourself, you want to set a goal for yourself, then do that before you go into marriage. But if you still want to do the both together, fine and good. It's up to you. If you can manage the both, go in for it. It's all for you. The world, the sky is your limit. All you need to do is just be strong. Go in there with strong faith, strong mind, that you got this.
Exactly.
And you are there.
That is
and
true.
The Lord will be with you. Yes, on any journey in life that you picked, the Lord is with you, in as much as you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is it. So now you tell me. Okay, so we are in Qatar. And I've lived here for a couple of years. So I want to ask you, the Qataris, if for instance, maybe you are not into any relationship and you are still very like more single, like, she's taking no one should come to, no one should slice.
Don't spoil my market.
No.
I'm not yet married. Though.
She's taken.
You're only taken when you're married. Though. Is that how we say it in Pidgin? Okay, but I'm seeing someone. Yeah, but I'm not married.
She's seriously into a relationship, which I myself have approved of. She's my sister. She's my younger sister. I've approved of that relationship.
Guys, until you see my wedding
so
pictures.
Don't come to my DM and
Until
start
you see my
asking me,
pictures,
please, I want that girl. Yes, she's beautiful. She has a good heart. She's like the queen in her own kingdom.
Thank you.
Yes, she has a voice. Very big voice. She might be small in size, but her voice goes places, and I love her for that. Yes. So yeah, now back to my question. Maybe you are not into any relationship, and any of these Qatari guys come to you and wants to make you his wife. Will you go for it?
Okay, that's a good one. If I'm not in any relationship, I'm not seeing anyone, and the Qatari comes. Now, first, it will go to compatibility, because for me, I feel like, let's even just rule out the Qatari part in it. For me to look at any man or choose any man, of course, I start with first things first. Compatibility. Are we compatible? Because I'm not just going to base on the fact that he's Qatari, and of course, when we hear that, we hear money. I'll first look at compatibility. And, if the person is Qatari and I'm African, first thing that comes is I really need to dig deep and know that we are compatible, because we are not. Just looking at things, culturally we are different. Me having grown up from an African setting, him having been raised maybe as a Qatari, we could have some culture differences automatically, just looking at things. However, because I'm a Muslim, we could also have some things. Okay, I'm Muslim, by the way. We could have some things in common. Like he will talk about prayer, I might know the prayer. He might talk about abaya, I might not have a hard time to put it on, because it's something I've seen people do around me. You know what I mean? However, other things like to consider will be, is he stable? Of course, he might be stable financially. That is important, guys. Let's not beat around the bush. Financial stability is important, okay? It is important. If a person is stable, or if they're working hard, because we have two things. Either the person is stable financially, or they're working hard, okay? If the person doesn't have those two values, please run for your life, okay? Unless you're not doing anything for your life as well. So if he is there either hardworking or stable, that is also a plus. Another thing is he in love with me? Because we could look at, he wants me, but how much do you want me? But you talked about marriage, meaning he has proposed to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if he wants to marry me and then we are compatible and then stability is there, he's healthy, I'm healthy, we love each other, why not? I'm not racist in terms of that, because a person is from a different race or a different nationality or whatever. For as long as we can deal with our differences and we accept that we are different, and we embrace the beauty in the differences, I'm okay with that. So yes, I can marry him if we are compatible. How about you? I'm throwing the question back.
Okay. Qataris.
Even the way you're mentioning it, it's
I don't know. Just to be honest, I really want to be honest here.
Yeah,
So I don't really know. I think I like my Africans.
okay.
Yes. At first, I was like, if I'm not into this, if I'm not married, if I'm not into a relationship, if I'm not this, that I would have loved to be with a white man. But
Okay.
knowing what I've known now,
Yeah. You're still choosing African.
I still choose my people.
Okay. Have you had African men? And by the way, she's so single now. She's so single.